If you want to save time automating social media posts, Fedica lets you do that with RSS feeds that you can find on pretty much any blog or news website. So for example, if your website has a WordPress blog, then you definitely have an RSS feed that you can start automating in a couple clicks. So let's check this out. So just head on over to publish here and then to RSS feeds. And here's where you're going to set up your feeds. You grab the link and then you attach a schedule to it so that it has its own cadence. This is how you organize it with your calendar. And I'm going to give you a couple examples here. So click create new, and then let's set up a blog for our website. So what you can do is type your website in here and then click detect. And if there's an RSS feed, we will detect that for you. And then you can also make sure to have a certain category. For example, if you are doing SEO and you're making a bunch of different blogs, then you can only have one category that you know is going to be sent to your social media feed. So for us, it's the marketing guide. So all of those posts go right to this feed, and that way it's all set and ready to go and organized the way we like it. But worry not, because you can also exclude some words. So for example, if you are, let's say, adding a news feed for something relevant to your niche and you're an authority on that topic, then you can exclude some stuff that you don't want to be sent to your feed. So let's say politics are involved, you can add a bunch of words here, and then anything from that news site, even from that category, is going to exclude all of those keywords. So this is where it gets pretty fun. You can customize your RSS feed. So here we're going to have it on all the text-based platforms. So let's keep the platforms we want to post it to. And then this is going to be the marketing guide from our website. And what it's going to do is bring out some text from the post and then bring out some images from the post the way you like it. So let's say it's the content, if it's a short blog piece, you can have only the description of your blog there. So this way you can make sure your posts are the way you like it before it gets sent to your calendar. So if you have post immediately, obviously it's just going to send it right away. But for us, we want to keep it with a certain schedule that we're going to set up later. And you can import old posts, but beware not to do this on a news website, because if they have tons of blogs, then it's going to fill up your feed pretty quickly. And then refetch from feed when it's empty means that when the content calendar has no more posts, it's just going to grab some old posts and then fill it up when nothing new has been posted for a while. So that's pretty much how it works. When someone releases a new blog or when a news website releases a new post, then it's going to get sent right to your feed. And typically we check every 5 minutes. So you'll see it in your calendar, all the new posts coming up in the way that you like it. There's some extra customizations you can do, like the prefix. This is anything at the start. So let's say you grab the title of a blog, and then your prefix might be something like, hey, I wrote a new piece on this, come check it out. And then you can say, you can have it for that category, for example, like I wrote a new piece on the sport that I'm talking about. And then it's the title of the sport, like, 2025, here's the new players for the sport, for example. And then add anything at the end. You can add hashtags as well if you want, and then include only items with these words. This is a nice way as well to make sure that you're only talking about the stuff that you want, especially with those news feeds. So this is a great way if you're a thought leader in your space. You might want to be a pillar of that niche. And so any news about that stuff, it's going to come through your social media posts first, and then you're always going to remain top of mind when it comes to these things. So you can pick the post per day. Let's do maybe 1 post per day for this, and then you can set up an hour schedule as well, which we have another video on. And this just lets you pick the day, optimize for different regions of the world, optimize for your followers. So let's just pick the Americas here. And then that way we know it's going to go to when our American audience is online. Keep queuing order. I would keep this on if you want to keep it linear. Like let's say you have time-sensitive posts, let's keep it organized, not mixing things up, and do that with a news queue. That could be pretty helpful. And then you can automatically track these posts. So for here, these are just UTM parameters. You can use these with Google Analytics, for example. These are all the typical ways to organize the data points from when people click onto your website. So it's the source where it came from. For us, it's the social network that we choose here. So things that are in this bracket is dynamic. So if you leave that there, then it's going to choose the actual social platforms that it has listed here. And then the medium is social media. You can change this as well. The campaign is going to be your content queue. And for us, the queue name is also dynamic. So it's going to say blog there. if you leave it within those brackets. So that's kind of how we let you customize and keep it pretty streamlined when you're tracking your website clicks from these link clicks to your website. And then you can use Fedica for the URL shortener, so then it hides all these details in the link when it posts to the social platform. And that's pretty much it. So let's go to the calendar here, where we have a queue that we have for our Australian audience here. And then this is our blog queue that is only one post per day, as you see. And it's all of our blog posts. So we have the post we custom made here, and then we have the link as well. So just like that, it's pretty simple just to set something like this up. Keep yourself top of mind with all the topics or the news that's relevant to your niche or your business. And just like that, you can automate posts without all the complexity. So if you want to take this further, visit our page here, how to set up an RSS feed. Here's some extra details. Like, for example, you can choose images in your post and have up to 4 images get posted with that. So it's not just the link. These posts can get pretty customized. And if you need help setting this up, we're always happy to help. So just let us know. And thank you so much.